Hey, boys and girls. So I'm in Classkick and I'm looking at the second slide. Let's read this question. Sarah lives 7/10 of a kilometer from her grandmother. She lives 1,000 times further from her aunt than her grandmother. How far does Sarah live from her aunt? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and reread, and I'm going to jail my details. Find some very important pieces that will help me solve the problem. So Sarah lives 7/10 of a kilometer from her grandmother. She lives 1,000 times. Ooh, that's helping me. Further from her aunt than her grandmother. They want to know how much further does she live from her aunt. So I need to come up with a plan first of all, and then carry on with my plan. So if she's 1,000 times further, I'm going to take the 7/10 of a kilometer that she lives from her grandmother, and I'm going to multiply it times 1,000. Okay? So multiplication was the correct operation in order to solve this problem. If you did not choose multiplication, you're going to have to rework your problem. Now let's carry on with our plan. I need to multiply 7/10 times 1,000. Well, I'm going to use what I know about multiplying times powers of 10. I have this decimal in 7/10. I'm going to make it dance a little bit. To multiply times a power of 10, I simply need to move my decimal however many zeros are in my second factor here, my multiple of 10, my 1,000. So I have 3 zeros, so I'm going to make my decimal move 3 places to the right. So let me rewrite my problem, 0.7. Now I'm going to do some jumping to 3 places. I put in my new decimal and fill in any of those open spots. So now I'm going to erase the old decimal. I can even erase those jumps. That doesn't make a difference. And I'm going to put a little text box in here and say it's 700 kilometers from her aunt. Okay. 700 kilometers from her aunt. Now notice this here, this 0 that's in front of the 7, up in when it was part of my multiplication problem, when it was one of the factors there, I, I don't have to have that to know that that's 7/10. But it helps us know that we have no whole numbers and then a decimal part. Down here, I can erase that. I can remove that because it gives no value to our 700. Okay, it doesn't bring value up here either, but it's right next to that decimal, so it gives us a little more understanding. Down here in our answer, because we moved the decimal 3 places, I actually am going to just drop it off and keep my 700. If you didn't follow the same steps, go back to your whiteboard on Desmos and, Classkick. Go back to your whiteboard on Classkick and change it so that it looks like mine. If you don't understand, come find your teacher in the breakout rooms.